So our next question comes from Alexa. Alexa says, "Good afternoon, gentlemen. I've been listening to your podcast for 6 months now, and I've recently started investing in stocks, covering the basics like the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and a few others. You've mentioned NEOS funds, ETFs, and they seem like something that I want to add to my portfolio. However, when I try to invest into these ETFs on Fidelity, I get a pop-up window that mentions something about advanced investors and risk. Do you know why these pop-ups appear before making the purchases, and would the risks be losing the rest of my portfolio? Your podcast is very helpful. Thank you." Robert, let me kick this one off. Alexa, you are not going to lose the rest of your portfolio by buying a NEOS fund or really any fund, right? So let's just make sure we understand how that works. If you have $100,000 in cash and you invest $50,000 of that cash in the S&P 500 and 50,000 of the other cash in the NASDAQ, the 50,000 that you invested in the NASDAQ, it's going to go up or down, but no matter how much it goes up, no matter how much it goes down, has nothing to do with the money you invested somewhere else. So if you're buying NEOS funds like Robert and I are, investing in those funds are not going to have an impact on other money in your portfolio. And the reason you're seeing a pop-up window like that come up is because NEOS funds are pretty sophisticated products, right? We're talking about an options-based, actively managed ETF that is doing everything they can to ensure that their investors are getting tax-efficient monthly income by selling covered call option contracts actively against an index like the S&P or the NASDAQ. That very well is a more sophisticated strategy than just buying the S&P 500 or just buying the NASDAQ, for example. So that's why you're seeing the pop-up window, but I would argue there's no increased risk. I've got well over $100,000 invested into these funds myself. I get my monthly income payments. It's very normal, and I'm not worried about other money in my portfolio because of these NEOS funds.
Yeah, I would say the pop-ups, exactly what Austin alluded to, are just to warn you that you are investing in a more sophisticated product. For instance, NEOS just launched a brand new fund that we love. You've been hearing me talk about gold for years, and now NEOS has their same really awesome strategies in a gold ETF. Its ticker is IAUI. So make sure you check it out at neosfunds.com. Get a little plug in there for them. But yes, we love the NEOS funds. We've been doing very well with them for the past couple of years and just really love what they do with these funds and how they provide additional income in sectors we're already investing in. So that's why you hear us talk about these NEOS funds all the time, like SPYI, QQQI. It's not in place of owning like VOO or QQQ. It's addition to get you that additional income. That is why we love these funds. I would not worry about it. There's nothing wrong with investing in these funds. They have performed very well in the past couple years, and I believe they will continue to do so. But great question. We're always here to help you guys. Whether it's something good, bad, or you're just not sure what to do, we're always here for you.
Yeah, I think the big thing to call out and shout out to IAUI, which is their new gold tax-efficient high monthly income ETF. It's the exact same thing as the S&P 500 with SPYI or the NASDAQ with QQQI. Instead of holding and tracking the specific index like the S&P or NASDAQ, they're doing that now with gold. So you can, track the total return of gold while turning some of that into a tax-efficient monthly income payment straight to your brokerage account, which is really exciting. But I really want to emphasize what Robert said before. These NEOS funds are a complement, not a substitution. I very well have a lot of money in the index funds and ETFs we talk about, including the S&P and the NASDAQ and things like that. But I also have SPYI. I also have QQQI. I have BTCI. I have these specific NEOS funds in my portfolio to complement the existing positions in these index funds because, to Robert's point, they pay me awesome monthly income. I love the monthly income. I'm getting like $1,500 a month now because of these funds. So really cool stuff. Major shout out to NEOS and IAUI as well. Really, really excited to cover that one more deeply inside the Rich Habits Network this week.